Ahoy mateys, and welcome back to Trick Bricks. I'm Jamie, and today we're going to continue our 30th Anniversary Pirates Retrospective series by taking a look at not one, not two, but three sets. Each one of these was released in 1989, and while small, they were a great way to jump into the Pirates theme. So let's dive right in. First up, we've got set number 6235, Buried Treasure. Comprising of 20 pieces and retailing for just $3.25, it's a safe bet that for a lot of kids, this was the very first pirate set they ever got. As you can see, it comes with one minifigure, a classic scalawag with red bandana, blue and white striped shirt, and white pants, and his face print was the most common of all across the theme, and it would eventually be used in other themes as well, such as Castle and Western. We also get the monkey, Spinoza, who is always a welcome addition, and they have a decent selection of accessories to share between them. A cutlass, a flintlock pistol, and a shovel. The box art suggests you give Spinoza the cutlass, but I'm not so sure that's such a good idea. As the price point and piece count would suggest, the build itself is pretty compact, representing a freshly unearthed treasure chest. You got a bit of foliage over here on the left, as well as a small Jolly Roger. But the thing that surprised me the most about this set is the fact that you actually get 8 gold coins. These little beauties go for about 20 cents each these days, so that's roughly half the original MSRP just in gold coins. According to Brickset, the average resale value is about $8 for a used copy. But I've noticed that many sellers are asking closer to $15, even without the box and instructions, which is a bit much in my opinion. At that price, you're probably better off piecing this one together using elements from your own collection and Bricklink. There's nothing uncommon here, so it's a good bet you've already got a fair number of the necessary parts. Moving right along, up next we've got 6245 Harbor Sentry. The smallest of the specifically blue coat sets, this one is made up of just 25 pieces and retailed for $4.25. Most of these small boats in the original wave were pretty much identical, with the exception of coloring. But as you can see, this one is packing some heat. In reality, I think I'd actually be afraid to fire this thing from such a small boat, but I guess in Legoland, if it fits, it sits. And in this case, it sits on a turntable element to allow for more precise aiming. Of course, as usual, we get a pile of cannonballs to go along with it. Everything else is pretty much the same as we've seen in previous episodes though. A place for the minifig to sit, 2 oars, and a small flag flying at the stern. But one thing we haven't seen too much of yet are the blue coats. That's definitely going to change in the next few episodes as we round out the 1989 collection. But for now, we've got this guy, the Harbor Sentry himself. In this configuration, he's technically exclusive to this set, although there isn't anything here you can't find elsewhere. He gets the standard white and blue Imperial uniform, yellow epaulets, a plain black bicorn hat, and a face print that's very similar to Captain Redbeard's, but the red is a bit darker and he's obviously missing the eye patch. And for when the cannonballs run out, he's given a flintlock and a cutlass. This is a neat little set for what it is, but since we get so many small boats in the other pirate sets, this is probably one of the few I'd skip over if I didn't feel the need to collect the entire wave. And again, it seems like most sellers are asking about $15 for this, which is more than I'd be willing to pay. If you like it and can get it for $10 or less, go for it. And lastly, we're going to take a look at 6251, simply named Pirate Minifigures. That's kind of a misnomer though, because as you can see, we've got a few guys here that probably wouldn't take too kindly to being called pirates. Regardless, this was essentially a battle pack to build up your minifig ranks, and at the original retail price of $6.50, it was an excellent inexpensive way to do so. Weighing in at just 33 pieces, most of which make up the 5 minifigures, there's not a whole lot to go over here since we've already seen all of these characters. But left to right, we've got Captain Redbeard, a Flash Fork variant, the Pirate Wench, an Imperial Soldier, and an Imperial Officer, who is identical to the Harbor Sentry with the exception of his hat. And of course, we can't forget Popsy the Parrot. A slew of weapons are included for your minifigs to battle it out with. We also get a treasure chest and 8 more pieces of gold, which is awesome. If you didn't know, fresh out of the box, these coins were attached 4 to a sprue, like this, with each sprue containing a 10, 20, 30, and 40 coin. Just for fun, and to give you folks something different to look at, I've swapped out some other old heads on these guys. See if you can guess where they all came from in the comments. And while we have them off, check out all these solid stud heads. I don't know what it is, but I love these old molds. They just scream vintage Lego to me. Like I said, for the original retail price, this was a steal. Today you can expect to pay right around $20 for a used copy, which still isn't too bad in my opinion. And that about wraps it up. But before we go, I should mention that one more quote-unquote set, 6255 Pirate Comic, was also available at the time, but unfortunately, the comic itself is fairly rare, and there's nothing really special about the minifigs and accessories included, so I've made an executive decision to exclude it from this series. But scans of the comic can be found online, and it's definitely worth a read. Anyway, if you're thinking about beginning a LEGO Pirate collection, any one of these sets would be a great place to start. None of them are gonna break the bank, and each one is pretty fun in its own right. For what it's worth, if I didn't have any other pirate sets and could only pick one of these, I'd probably go with the minifig set. But that's just me. Hopefully you enjoyed taking a look at these tiny treasures. If you did, feel free to leave a like and click that subscribe button if you haven't already. I'll be back soon with the next episode in the 30th Anniversary Pirates Retrospective series, so keep a weather eye on the horizon, mates. Until then, this has been Jamie for TrickBricks. As always, thanks for watching, take care, and play well!